Okay, hey, it's Mystery School Classroom Interview 3, and today is Bonnie Epstein is with us. She's the author of this really cool new book called Conscious Kinesiology. Oh no, not another self-help book. Bonnie, it's we've been colleagues for what 30 years, and it's been so much fun to work with you over the time that we have. I tell people that Bonnie's my psychological X-ray because whenever I need to get to the bottom of things, I employ Bonnie's skills as a conscious kinesiologist. You want to talk a little bit about conscious kinesiology? That's the title of your book.
I'd happy to. Kinesiology is really what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And kinesiology is used by chiropractors to establish, strength and tone of a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm what you call a specialized kinesiologist.
Mm-hmm.
And what that amounts to is we're looking for energy and blocks of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And conscious kinesiology is just the name I put to what I do because I use it in combination with counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose is to help people become aware of the things that are holding them back from having what they really want.
That's why I've enjoyed working with you, because like Bonnie actually doesn't talk to a person's head. Like a lot of times in therapy, it's head to head. Bonnie talks to your body, and your body doesn't lie. So we get to the bottom of things real quick that way.
Let me make a little correction there. I don't talk to your body, okay?
In a way.
I listen.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
The training that I've had has taught me that if you really pay attention and to the best of your ability, get yourself out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
the body will yield answers that you aren't going to be able to get any other way.
Exactly.
Because each of us grow up in a way that we can protect ourselves.
Right.
There is nobody on this earth that doesn't have an issue. And the reality that we've created may or may not be related to the reality.
Exactly. In fact, I noticed in your book there's one chapter on self-brainwashing, and I think that happens to all of us growing up. It's buying into somebody training. Do you want to talk a little bit about self-brainwashing and how you see that?
Sure. What that's about is we grow up learning what our parents teach us and our neighbors and our friends and our teachers and our coaches and our priests and our rabbis and all the people that we put in authority. And we're taught that if we listen to what they say and do what they say, we're going to have it all. But something happens between the time we're with them and the time we become our own persons. And what happens is what they told us isn't always true.
Exactly.
And that's why one of the first things I ask people to do is throw out all of your shoulds and throw all of your supposed tos out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're living in a should and a supposed to, then you're not doing what you want.
You brought up an interesting word, the word authority. And I've heard it said that whenever we give our authority away to anyone or anything, that's when those entities author our life. So the word authority's got author in it. And when we give our authority away, somebody else is authoring, our reality.
It's a good way to put it. That's exactly right.
I noticed that you have a section 2 on codependency and interdependence. You want to talk about that? Because that's brilliant.
Well, in my opinion, we
Mm-hmm.
live in an epidemic of codependency.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the time we're born, we're taught to be codependent.
Mm-hmm.
We're taught that if you behave, you can have dessert.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't behave, you go to your room. Okay? And who doesn't want dessert? So we do what we're told,
Yes.
We're supposed to do. But at some point in your journey, something happens and you start to question, wait a minute, what am I doing here? What do I want?
Mm-hmm.
What is this all about? And when those questions start, that's when your true self is becoming awake. And I always have this picture of our true selves saying finally, "Phew, I didn't think they'd ever get here,"
Mm-hmm.
And that's when your awakening or reawakening or rebirth or conscious self comes into being. And John, that can happen when you're 3 years old. It can happen when you're 93 years old. The good news is you have a whole lifetime to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Bonnie Epstein and I have both been licensed in the state of Ohio as licensed independent chemical dependency counselors for 30 years now. And somehow we've evolved up to the clinical supervisor level. I guess that's pretty impressive. But we really don't supervise anybody except ourselves. And the patient people that come in to see us who want to not be codependent anymore and to be interdependent. And um, and the ending of your book is really interesting because it's about being happy. And that's one of our goals, I think, in therapy here too, is to encourage people to be as happy as anybody they know, or even happier. And yeah.
I don't use the term happy a whole bunch, but
Hmm.
what I do use is have fun. No matter
Exactly.
what you're doing, have fun doing it.
I do.
Whatever you decide to do, if you decide to push a wheelbarrow, have fun pushing the wheelbarrow. If you're driving, have fun. There's always fun that can be created. And the more fun you fill your life with, the healthier you are. The
Exactly.
cells in your body are very happy when you're having fun.
People ask me, when will I know when I'm done with therapy? And I always say, when you have more fun than anybody you know. That's usually my blessing for people these days too.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think that your book is a really easy way to begin the process of paying attention to our energy and to really allow we have to feed ourselves that energy every day anyway.
Well, and the basis for this book is really and truly, it's simple.
Hmm.
You know, the Orientals have a method they call the I Ching. And I Ching simply means it's simple.
Yeah.
And every time we try to complicate things, that's when we get ourselves in trouble. And so this book is really, I call it a toilet book. You can
Yeah.
read through it in one sitting.
There you go.
There's only
That's
60
true.
pages, and
Hmm.
there's lots of pictures, and it just gives you a few formulas, a few ideas of how you can get started to be the person you want to be, because you have that right. That is your birthright, to be the person you want to be.
And Bonnie, if somebody wants to train and learn kinesiology as a skill to use in therapy, where would you suggest that they begin?
Go directly to the Touch for Health website.
Okay. So, and you know what? That might be an interesting topic for another mystery school classroom interview at some point, is to get a little bit deeper into Touch for Health and what that's about.
Hmm.
And we'll put that on the burner for when the requests start coming in for it, because I know they will.
Good. My
So,
pleasure.
yeah. Well, it's great to have you here. And the new book, is this available on Amazon?
Yes, Amazon.com.
And it's Conscious Kinesiology. And you can get it on Amazon. And it's oh my gosh, I have an autographed copy. Thank you so much very much
You're
for being
welcome.
on our mystery school classroom, Bonnie.